Hello guys. I know, it's been a long time. But I'm back, ready to make some films. Okay, so I ended up taking a couple weeks off of the vlog. Even though my goal was to do 50 in a row every day, I got to like 10. So I didn't even get close to making it. But the interesting thing that I think I realized was that it feels like I should move. Well, first of all, I was getting really stressed out about being able to cut and get everything done. Not that that matters, that's an excuse. But because we were in such deep pre-production on this commercial that we were directing, it was just taking a lot of time, in addition to being full-time at Oos Media, and doing that, I was just like, oh boy, is this the right time to start up a YouTube channel? I mean, the answer is sort of yes, the answer is sort of no. I think part of the reason why it was difficult for me to continue making the stuff that I was making was because it felt repetitive, and it also just felt like following my day around, which in the grand scheme of things isn't that interesting when I can't really show you any of the filmmaking processes because like we're shooting commercials for products and companies. It's not like I can just like release that stuff as we're making it because it takes months for it to get edited and distributed. Like our first commercial just came out like a couple days ago. Also, I wasn't loving the content that I was making because I want this, like I want to be a filmmaker, right? Or I am a filmmaker, so I want this to be about filmmaking, and I really want to delve more into my cinematography and working with cameras and being, I think I'm going to realign and sort of focus on that a little bit. But we'll see, that's the sort of new vibe. The thing is that I want to practice lighting. I want to practice composition and cinematography, like the art of cinematography, and that's, so the thing that I think I'm going to start working on here for the channel is shot deck inspirations. What I want to do is try and take shots from films, off of Shot Deck in particular, which is a website, you should check it out if you don't know what it is. And I am going to use it as inspiration to create a shot that is representative or emblematic of the lighting setup and intention of the shot from the film that I'm trying to recreate. Sorry, itchy nose. Allergies? Who knows? I think I'm going to start tonight. Wish me luck. Okay, so first thing I need to do is choose an image to recreate tonight. So I have a bunch of decks here that I've created for different projects that I've shot. So I have one here that's called To Shoot Inspirations, and I just need to find a shot. See what we want to do. Do we want to do this shot? That feels too difficult today. Oh, this is a horse. I might be able to do this. I could definitely do this. I could do this. I could do this as well. Honestly, this shot from There Will Be Blood sort of feels like what I should go with. That's what I'm going to do tonight. Let's see how it goes. It's like an overhead light, one source overhead light shot. So this should be relatively simple, he says, as he digs himself a hole. Okay, so this is shot in 2:3:9 aspect ratio, so it's anamorphic. So the thing that I'm gonna be looking for, since this is a representation, not a literal recreation, right? I don't have like a log cabin to shoot in. Tonight I'm just gonna shoot in the backyard. Since there is a flat wall, wooden wall behind him, I just need to find a chair that has a wooden wall next to it. I wonder if I can find any chairs that have a wooden wall next to it. All right, well, I think that this is gonna be my set. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Let's just see how the shadow looks. Almost too soft, I think. I might need to harden it up. But what are we doing? Okay, this looks pretty good. This is a light mat. This is a light mat 2. And so this is just like a LED panel light. That's what I'm using as my key overhead light. But again, I think it might be too soft. But it feels like. Okay, what am I doing now? I'm setting up the backlight in the scene. Just got a traditional like house lamp that we had lying around. Because again, I don't have a log cabin and I don't have like electrical light built into the wall. I'm using a 72 watt light bulb. The thing that's difficult about traditional incandescent light bulbs is that they're usually like what, 3200 to 2700 degrees Kelvin, so that's pretty warm. And then if you need to set your level behind it, like if the light, like if this light's too bright, I need to use a dimmer to dim it down, which I have a dimmer. Yeah, sort of dark, but that is a 1K dimmer that I've got plugged in, so that's gonna definitely be able to handle this, so not a big deal. Oh, this is a cool shot. Silhouetted against the sun. Wow, see? Now we go. Light is on. Right now it feels like it's way too far away, but that's because we're on a 16mm lens and there's absolutely no compression whatsoever. So look, we're getting closer already. Okay, so that's looking quite interesting. My shadow still needs to be harder. We're starting to look more like what we need, but still not hard enough under the nose, so it needs to still be further over the top of my head. So, okay, we're learning. We're getting closer. Okay, great. I think we're getting a lot closer here with the quality of light, right? The thing that's tough is, like, of course I chose There Will Be Blood, which was shot on film, which is leaves skin tones rendered in a different way. The shape might need to come a little bit this way, but again, this is more of a representation than a literal thing. Got a light mat straight above me. I got a practical lamp behind me. That's the setup. Okay, let's see if we can make this look interesting. Alright guys, this is the look. I just shot it. We shot the FX6, and let me change the ISO here guys, because it's interesting that the exposure here under my eyes, that actually feels more like the image that I just was trying to replicate. But hey, we did the test. That's the point of this. Put the fixture right above my head so it's raking over my nose, sort of creates that butterfly look. It's interesting. I do feel like the light mat might be a little bit too soft to pull off what this was. It's probably a harder fixture, but again, it's also film, so film renders highlights in the skin tones differently, and so you can kind of get away with a little bit punchier light. I think that's definitely what they were doing here. But this was a great exercise. Again, you know, like an hour or two of just setting up some lights and a camera, and I just learned a new lighting setup that's pretty cool. Okay guys, I just started cutting the video together and I realized that I didn't have an outro. Leave a comment if you like the idea of me doing more of these shot deck inspirations. I definitely am enjoying it. I see that there could be merit in it, and I think that I could learn a lot, so I hope that you guys like it too. Be sure to check out next week, because I'm actually shooting a video with my new cinematography mentor, Turner Jumanville, who is a working cinematographer, Emmy winner. He's going to critique the shot that I just did for There Will Be Blood. He's going to let me know everything that I did well. He's going to let me know everything that I did wrong. So be sure to check out the channel. I'll be dropping that next week. And thanks so much. And this is Charlie.